It is the best show in town. It is the best LGBTQIA show. So darling, why haven't you subscribed? Monday to Thursday, bringing you breaking news wahala. On Friday, sex, education. And Saturday, burning questions. You know, all those questions you've been thinking of asking. Saturday is the day for you, darling. Ask your questions about religion, your questions about what you want to know about us, your question about anything. You can access anything on Saturdays doing burning questions. And you know one thing, you could to be the lucky winner to win our giveaways on Saturdays. And on Sundays, to crown it all, we have the market woman and shade girl. So darling, why do you want to miss out on all these interesting things? Help this channel by clicking the subscribe button.
You know that when we say we are the biggest LGBTQI talk show on the planet, we do not say it to make mouths. It has been proven and tested because we have dominated all these spaces whenever it comes to LGBTQI talk shows and LGBTQI news. And this is breaking news wahala. And this is the Island Experience special. We'll be giving all the reviews of what happened in the Island Experience. The most embarrassing moments, the most controversial moments, the most emotional moments. Who and who had sex? Who and who did not have sex? Who and who were the couples and not the couples? This is going to be very, very, very interesting, but very, very short, straight to the point. I have my delectable, my adorable, my fantastic fellow House of Gryffindor housemates, Michael Ayodeji in the building. Michael, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
Coeasy. It's not easy. This one I have my fellow housemates in the building. It's going to be gossip overloaded. Michael, please fix your network because this one we have to give it back to back hotness. We have to give it back to back hotness. Now that Michael, you're back. Michael, let me first start with you. Just a review of the Island Experience. First, let's start with what was the most interesting moment on the camp? Or give you an entire review of the camp. Just how you came to the camp, how everything. Just give a short review. What do you feel about the Island Experience 2.0?
The Island Experience, well, I didn't attend the first Island Experience, which happened last year. I experienced this year, and to a minimum part, I could actually say a whole lot of people be saying, this 2.0 is far much better than the 1.0. And they were giving their insights on how the 1.0 really went and how this 2.0 was actually much more better because we had a whole lot of things to, go on around, like the drag show, the lip sync, like the sex, what's it called? The hit and run. Let me use that word because it was actually coupled with a whole lot of things all in one. Exactly. And in the beginning of the Island Experience, a whole lot of people be giving themselves attitudes and all that kind of stuff. You can't look for that less. It's actually going to happen. But at the end of it all, we eventually, we got up together talking and we shared experience. Last day was for going to be a total stranger in my own house. It was a home for them. Like Lady Gaga said, a home is where you feel love, you have family, and you feel not entitled most of the time, but you feel like you have a connection with people. And that was what we had on the Island Experience 2.0.
My dear, my own review, quick review, is that the Island Experience 2.0, when I first came, coming to the Island Experience was even easy. I think it was easier than last year's one. The only issue I had was that in my 2 road was closed, where I was coming from. So you had to navigate, which was the small traffic. But immediately I got to my 2, it was just easy, it was bike. So when I got to the jet, I was like the last person, or second to the last. was second to the last, meaning one other person for the journey to full. So I did not wait so much before I now finally got to the destination. Coming there now, time to pick my house. I picked the same house with my ex and the rest of the entire crew, our entire people, the same people that are DJ and the rest of them. And the games were fun. The games were bigger than last year's games. They were much, rather much. It was much more interesting. There were some funny moments. There were embarrassing moments from our team members. The people that ran and were falling on their face. I don't know, our team members was falling the talk of watching. But what I was just happy for is the fact that despite the odds and everything, our team did exceptionally well. From the racing, from everything, actually did well in everything.
Yeah.
My dear, I'm still surprised how we came last in debates. That one I'm still angry, and I'll continue to say it. That was one of the lowest points. That is one of the lowest points for me in the island experience. The whack judgments from the judges and everything. We can argue on and on about that, but that is bygone. Those ones are already bygone. We have become bigger people. Well, kill you talk now, so let that bygone be bygone. And just in general, everything that happened. And me losing my phone again, though. Losing my phone, my Android phone, becoming mentally depressed, walking on the beach like a madman. I could not, the last day that was supposed to be a fun day, because the last day was the most fun day. I saw so many people having fun, and I was just busy thinking because of my phone that I lost. But I was just happy that in the morning I finally saw my phone. After that drama, that embarrassing thing that happened, I'm not going to say it because of the Let It Shine organizers. I'm really better. So the Let It Shine organizers, please, that kind of embarrassing thing should happen in 3.0. It was a very shameful and embarrassing thing that happened that morning. But luckily for the thing that happened, I ended up finding my phone, and it was just a good thing that finally I was able to leave the camp very happy. So I wanted to just clean up. What was your most embarrassing moment at that camp? The thing that you see most embarrassing moment at that camp that you saw?
Well, my most embarrassing moment was when I was supposed to, use the toilet. And the next thing I found out were, a whole lot of people having sex in the toilet. And I was like, for real? This place is wide enough to, make use of. Why must you be in the toilet?
Are you serious?
I had to knock on the door. And I was hearing a whole lot of moaning and, coming from the toilet. And I'm like, how do people do, that kind of stuff? Don't they perceive smell? And something about a whole lot of people when they come together, they pee anywhere, and the stench just keep oozing out of the toilet. And how can you be so comfortable making use of the toilet and do your shit? And I'm like, how does that work out? And after which they were done, they were like, oh, they showered and came out. And when I got in there, oh my God, the whole place was full of stench, sexual stench. And I'm like, Boba, like not today.
This was like wahala.
I'm telling you.
So, but I would say the most embarrassing moments in that island experience. What would I say was the most embarrassing? I would say the most embarrassing moments was when, let me use embarrassing moments for me. The fact that I was on the island with somebody and they were feeling like we were couples, like we were couples already. Only for the person to not be with other tops. And people are not coming, when people ask you, I thought it was your date at like 17 to 20 people. It's I don't get you the face.
I'm shocked there. I'm shocked because I wasn't expecting you to bring that up.
Because they just kept on asking the question. I would be, it was embarrassing to me. It was embarrassing. People are like, they kept on asking me. Sometimes when one person asks you 2, 3, 4, you don't have an issue. When it becomes 10, 15, like, oh my God, I thought this was your date. What is your man? Your man is on the beach, on the laps of another man. Your man just said, so we're going on laughing. It was crazy. I thought the gym was crazy. on the LSP. They kept on asking. I was just like, geez, I met this person here. And probably just had a connection and Nigeria. It's not as if I'm trying to police one. I was like, no. You guys give a relationship vibes. Why do you let it slip away? What happened? What caused the issue? Not asking some awkward and terrible questions. And because people always have this mentality of me that, oh, I always react. I'm an angry person, this and that. So I try to make sure that angry or that trying to even sound pissed or in any way did not come about. Was just really embarrassing. Those excessive asking of questions and the fact that House of Griffin not even did hard seat and questions were still being asked was just so. I heard that. What was your most emotional moment on that?
My most emotional moment was when we were actually leaving. I should have said hi, hello, bye-bye to a whole lot of people, but I just didn't have to do that because I didn't want to start crying, like I was leaving a family behind and going back to, where I thought I called home, which isn't my home, that kind of stuff. You could imagine the pace at which we were walking was in sync. It got to a point, I was like 4 steps in front of you because I was after the next going back, just the same old thing that you normally do. There, I actually thought I knew at time. Forget about the crazy aspect in which everybody threw at us and all that kind of stuff. Nonetheless, we were still family because that's what family do. They act crazy around you, they act stupid around you, and they act gullible around you. But that's what makes them family. So that was the most emotional part of it for me because I didn't want to go. I just wanted the island experience to keep on going, like forever.
Wow. So I would say the most emotional moment for me is actually 2. So I have to cheat and just say 2. The first one was actually when you were sharing your story. It was very, very emotional and it just opened a new door to the window of my soul and made me know how much community members actually need help. Like a lot of help. And it kind of challenged me that even though I'm not perfect, but in the future, as things hopefully get better for me, the best thing I could do is help the lives of community members. At least open me and Chimere were still working on it, opening a toll-free line and trying to have funds. It's because we've not yet had money, have funds that are reserved for emergency issues. That no matter how small it is, we can actually help community members get some form of justice or some form of compensation. If we cannot go through in getting justice, then we'll try to go through in community member getting some form of compensation. So they actually feel loved and so they don't, because what you said at that island experience was so touching. The fact that you're emotional, the fact that you're crying, just showing me that sometimes a lot of community members, imagine let me not just go deep, but it was just emotional. Your issue where you shared your story, it just opened a new window and it made me challenge myself that from 2022, things need to get better. I need to challenge myself, make more money, and have a budget for community issues. It's one thing for me to be talking, people who told me at that camp, they said, my dear, we love what you do. We love the fact that you speak, whether you like it or not, if you keep on talking about the NGOs and you don't take it upon yourself to provide help, you just keep on talking, and whether I like it or not, the NGO. So it's left for me to just do 1 or 2 things and show people that actually it can be done. That's just it. And the second emotional moment for me was when they told us to think about think about the community member that died, or somebody that died that was close to us. And I kept on thinking about Godwin, a particular community member that was not really close to me, but that we knew online. And the story was really, really messy. And I know I said it there to the person I was close to, that it's a story that really hurts me the most because this guy was a community member that died. Nobody could fund him, could not get funding from anywhere, both NGOs, community member, his own family, everybody failed in their responsibility. And this guy died. We all failed him. And this guy died again even in death, there was still drama. They were trying to carry him to his kindred home, and they were rejecting him. They said, oh, because some people said he was rejected because of his sexuality. And when they finally got past the issue of the sexuality, they said, oh, he did not come home. They don't know him at home. He's not one of the son of the soil. So he has to pay a certain amount of money for him to be buried. It was just a messy case that we even had to donate money to this guy's case. This video is on our YouTube channel. So you can just, for those that want to watch that video, they can watch the video and just get the full gist of that video. We did an episode concerning it. It was very, very messy. It was terrible. It was just a very sad story. So that was just an emotional part for me.
Wow.
So finally, now the best part. Yeah, the best part in Island experience for you. What was the best moment for you in Island experience?
The best part was the lip sync, the drag. It was the bomb. Like seeing Sasha doing her thing, seeing a whole lot of people doing their thing, seeing Kenneth, our baby, doing his thing. It was a whole lot for me because I had to go in front and I was like, go, 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 you know, that kind of stuff. Because it really was the best moment. But the most tragic thing about it was the judges didn't actually know about the things they were placed there for to judge. But of how well it's, you know, sounds, people came prepared for that. And I'm like, oh, this is my community. This is what they are all about. Because it was so full of, it was, man, it was full of iconic people.